Well, hello everyone. Today we are talking to an amazing, beautiful couple, Jeannine and Miguel Garcia, and they focus on the DC metro area, which also includes that Northern Virginia area. And we are just so glad to talk with you both today. How are you?
Thank you, Jennifer. So nice to see you. I love your earrings.
Thank you.
They make a statement. I'm all about earrings as well. So I love that. Yes, Jeannine Garcia.
And this is Miguel. We are together 49 years now. So
Yes, we've been together for 49 years now, and we have
we have three kids and six grandkids. So, and the
Wow.
whole family live very close to us.
yeah,
We're very lucky.
yeah. And again, we service the DC metro area. Our office is in Northern Virginia, McLean at Tyson's Corner area. So it's a beautiful area.
I love that. 49 years, good grief. That is amazing. That is awesome. And I had to wear something bright because I knew you always wear bright colors and you told me red and I see that in your photos and your posts. So that's I had to at least do something, right? So
Well, I've seen
okay.
you wear pink and you look amazing. I love your
Well,
pink dress or
I
jacket.
do.
I
Yes,
love
I
that.
usually do. I usually do, but I don't want to stand out because the spotlight is on you today, both of you. So
Oh,
um I know both of you. We're always on the calls together, and we just got back from Florida, which was awesome. It was an amazing time. But I know that both of you are wonderful and just amazing real estate professionals in your area. So I wanted to talk with you about the DC Metro and Northern Virginia areas. So, first of all, you've already told us who you are. So tell us a little bit about the real estate market. I know that it's a larger area. So whatever area you want to focus on.
so I'm going to start real quick, and then Miguel will probably go into all the details and the different markets that we service and why and the migration, right? Because it's
Mhm.
very important who is coming into this
Mhm.
area, who's coming to DC. So yes, Northern Virginia is. We say it's part of the DC metro area because we're no more than 10 miles away from the Pentagon and of course the White House. Everybody
Right.
loves to tour the White House. So we are very close to White House. There's in the map, it's DC here, and then Maryland and Virginia, like
Mhm.
right around our nation's capital, which is, where a lot of people have own properties and still work in DC.
Okay. Okay. Got
So
it. So
about the
yes.
market.
Right. Well, as you know, DC metro area, of course, the main force is the federal government.
Hmm.
We have every 4 years elections, and every two the Congress change. So there is a lot of migration in that matter. We have the Pentagon close to us too, so they have a lot of military coming in and out. We have the Air Force, we have the Quantico for the Marines, the FBI, the CIA. That is the government. Now you have a lot of, I think it's around 170 embassies that
Oh.
that we have in Washington, D.C., so a lot of foreigner people. Uh, the lobbyist industry is in here, and we have the counties, which they have their own, money to promote business. Is Arlington County, Loudoun County, Fairfax County, and after that we have business. In our area, I think we have around 15% of the 500 biggest industries are in our area. So business opportunities is for everybody, wherever your field is. If you're in the military, I'm sure there is a place for you. If you are in the private sector, there is a business for you. If you are in the political arena, there is a business for you too. So
Education,
education and everything.
Oh,
yes,
yes.
and health industry. And this is the area close to where we're at. It's the mecca for technology. So we have the what is called the Dallas corridor, and a lot of the
Data center.
data centers are
Oh.
here. And also, you know, the companies that do cybersecurity, I
Mm.
mean, everything is here in Virginia, Fairfax County.
So you have so many opportunities to serve people coming for the military, like you said. Um, as offices change, you know, and different parties come in, you have the opportunity to serve those people. Government contract, like you were saying, data, um, and medical. That's tons of different opportunities in your area because I was going to ask you what sort of industries, but you've kind of already went into that, which is great. Education, I was going to ask, there's obviously universities in your area where, you know, you have students and maybe parents are buying homes for students in the area and, you know.
Absolutely. So if you're talking DC, of course, the universities like Georgetown University, George Washington Catholic University, Howard University, ah, I went blank. In Northern Virginia, we have, you know, we have George Mason right around the corner. We have UVA, which is a little bit further, maybe 60 or 70 miles from here. But still, you know, there's a lot of people that come here to school, especially George Mason. George Mason is an amazing school, and it's like right around the corner from where we're at. And in Maryland, it's Maryland University. So, I mean, you name it, all the universities are here, and the school system is fantastic, fabulous. Fairfax County, Montgomery County, great school systems.
So it draws a lot of people in, obviously. I love DC. I love walking around. I love seeing everything. It's just the most awesome place to go and I need to go back. But
Well, you,
anyway,
Anytime.
you need to come and visit then.
yes, yes, for sure. So I know again we talked about what industries were there. You do you know, you do take part and help lots of people who are luxury clients. And can you tell people what that means? You're in KW Luxury. And what does that mean?
So for us, luxury means it doesn't have a price point. For
Mhm.
us, luxury is the service that we provide. So it could be a $5 million property, or it could be a $200,000 property. We will treat every single client the way they deserve, with a luxury touch and with the caring of the two of us in our own way. And we are here to build relationships and give the best of ourselves to them, and providing them with information, providing them with resources, and then guide them through the process. So that's what luxury means for us. And this is an area where it's a higher price point than the rest of the nation. However, there's still opportunity for somebody that wants to come into the area, whether they're buying 200, $300,000 properties. May not be in Arlington, but we can go maybe 5, 10 miles or 15 miles further south and or west, and there's always opportunity.
And see, I love that definition of luxury because I am very passionate about, you know, serving people. I was in the hospitality industry and hotel management prior to real estate. So that I am so passionate about that, which is one reason I wanted to talk to both of you because the service you provide, no matter what price point. And I think that's really, really, really important. I think it's something that we cannot forget that everyone deserves an amazing experience, an amazing service, no matter what they can afford. So let's talk about your median price point kind of in your area. And I know it's going to be a little higher, but of course, it's a very popular area.
So,
Yes. So if we talk about Fairfax County, which is the bigger and the more influential in terms of economy, okay, the median price for a single family home is around 750, and a townhouse around 600, condos 400. So that is in Fairfax.
yes. And of course, there are pocket areas, smaller towns like Vienna or McLean
Great
or
Falls.
Great Falls, where definitely the price point is a lot higher. But when we say 750 to 800 or that averaging, we are doing the entire county, which means
Mhm.
Burke, Springfield, Lorton, because we have many, many small towns. But definitely, if we just hyper local within the county, if you go to, let's say, McLean, the average is 1.5, for instance, for a single family home
Okay,
and
okay.
higher.
Okay, so there are areas where people can spread out too, that maybe there's a lower price point, maybe something for everyone, right?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. And they're still within the same county, which is still with the same school system. And
Okay.
that's fantastic. I know
Okay,
people that
good.
come in the military and they're looking for specifically the zip code 22153, where the average home is 700 to 800. Amazing schools, and it's Springfield. So it's not
Mhm.
Great Falls, but still Springfield, and they have, they can benefit of everything. They have parks because our area is just, a lot of outdoors that you can, and a lot of cultural things like libraries. I mean, like every 2 miles, you can find a library. People don't use them as much as they used to, but there are events around our libraries. And then also there's Wolf Trap, or if you want to go into town, there's the Kennedy Center. So, I mean, we have everything here.
Well, you said Kennedy Center so nonchalant, but you can tell people that you're part of the board, is that right?
Yes, yes. I sit on the board of the circle's members of the Kennedy Center, and I think it was I guess you could say it was by coincidence or by default because they were looking for new blood and when I say new blood that the performing arts was not reaching enough minorities, and as being as Latinos that we are, they figured that I could bring our group of Latinos and other minorities that could benefit, learn about the Kennedy Center, and also become donors. So I guess you can say I'm a liaison between the minorities and the Kennedy Center, so that we can all come together and learn more and participate and
Right.
get
I
our
love that.
involved.
Yes, I love that because, that also makes you more connected within the community. You know a lot of different resources out there. You can connect people with lots of different things. So that's amazing. Well, let me ask you because I've been talking about this with other people in different cities all across the US, and people who are retiring right now and people who are downsizing, um we say the boomers or whoever, they are downsizing and decluttering and ready to move to ranch homes. And are you seeing in your area, are there builders that are building these 55 plus communities, or do you have a plethora of ranches that these this aging population that wants to downsize is moving to, or are they moving to certain areas?
Well,
Well,
that's a great question.
yeah. I think we're seeing a mix of the comments that you mentioned. One, for example, is that since this area offers you great opportunities to develop in your professional career, there is many Virginians or people to live in DC that they decided to stay here.
Mm.
Okay. So, for example, my three kids live very close to me. So for us, doesn't make any sense to go to Florida because they are not going to move to Florida. So we stay, right, in our house. And another kind of parents, they do move to the south, right? We are seeing people that move to the Carolinas more than the Florida because it's close to us. The weather is very nice. The cost of living is affordable, and you can build a new house for less than that you have to spend in Florida or in the other states. So there is a mix, but I think the trend is parents wants to be close to their kids, right? You have to be close to an airport so you can get an airplane and fly or drive 4 hours or something like
Right.
that. Yeah.
So just to add to what Miguel was saying about the 55 communities, we do have, but they're just a handful. There are not many 55 and older communities. What you are seeing is multi-generational, either remodeling or new homes that in different pockets. So like a not a custom made, but tear downs. You see in these in Arlington, you see the tear downs, and then they build. Let's say a builder will buy uh, uh, 5 homes, and they build them very similar with elevators, with an guest suite in the basement or on the main level, and parents and their kids are sharing these spaces, even though I mean they're together, but at the same time they're two different. Uh, they're not within the same house,
Right.
but completely separate. And that's what we're seeing happening. And the other thing, when you said about how many ramblers, we call them ramblers or
Oh,
race
okay.
ranch here,
Oh.
uh, there's not a whole lot. Okay. There's
Mhm.
not a whole lot. And most of them are very dated. So because they're very dated, there's the possibility of doing it with a great builder, a tear down, and build a one level home that we're seeing, but not at a large scale. We are looking at the not huge downsizings, but new builds that are coming with elevators like a townhouse. Builders are being very smart. Instead of just building a townhouse 3 levels,
Mhm.
most of them have elevators. So that's a great thing in our area because people are still very active
Mhm.
adults, and they want to be close to great restaurants. They want to be able to go to the theater. They want to be able to go to the Kennedy Center, performing arts. They
Mhm.
love to go out for dinner, walks, everything. So definitely people are still staying because of their children and because of all this, what this area is offering. So it's the 55 communities, we see them, but a little bit like Fredericksburg and West Culpeper, that area.
That's so interesting because the people I've talked to in larger cities, yes, they're building the multi-generational homes, which I think is really important because, of course, in other countries, that's the norm. I mean,
Uh-huh.
here it seems, obviously, it's not as, normal, right? People are like, let me get away from my parents. But, in other countries, that's very normal. And so in the bigger cities where there's more diversity, I've seen that because, yes, there's going to be lots of different cultures, and that makes sense. Well, here, they don't have a lot of multi-generational homes, but now I'm seeing people say, can you help us find a home with a mother-in-law suite? And we just don't really have a lot of those. They're building those 3-level townhomes here at mass, I mean, just out of control with no elevators. So you're cutting out a whole portion of the population, and we also are running out of, ranch style homes. They're outdated, like you said. So I think it's when you said they put elevators in those, that's amazing because that's going to entice, it's not going to deter people who are retiring from going to those if there's an elevator. So I just think that's such an interesting thing. I think we need to build more multi-generational homes all over the country. I don't think that it is going to happen as much maybe as in the bigger cities. But I just always think about this because I have a lot of people who come to me and are ready to downsize. And in those bigger cities, I just wonder because here they're building tons of those 55 plus communities. It seems like every community that pops up is 55 and older. So, but I'm guessing if you're in a big city and you're aging, I feel like a lot of times, you want to be in the city, you're more active, you want to be near your kids. So it makes a lot of sense what they're
And,
doing in
and,
your
and in
community.
order to build a 55 community, you need a lot of land.
Mm.
You need a lot of land. And here, we're so close to the city that everything is taken. So if you are building a 55 community, you have to go either south or you have to go west. And in order to build this cohesive community to offer everything for retirees or elderly that they don't want to maintain their house and everything. Uh, and that's another thing. One here in this area, people, and it's about affordability and the cost of living and many different factors. People can afford a house still and have many services. So you have the landscaper, you have the cleaning company, you have the gutter cleaner. I mean, people are used to it. People are used to having services and help them maintain the property. So I think that's a great thing for this area as well. So are you going to be able to find a half an acre in order for you to build a ranch? It's going to cost you a fortune. So, people are not going for that through to that route. So, because it's not, unless you go out, right? Like maybe 25, 30 miles out of the city, out of DC. Wouldn't you
Exactly.
agree?
Yes, yes, yes. That is happening now.
Yeah. So that's our area, a little bit different.
It makes sense. Really quick, I wanted to ask because I know there are military bases there, but to be honest, is it Army? Is it Navy? I know there's multiple,
Everything. We have
everything. Okay.
everything.
Okay.
So we have
The Andrew Air Force Air.
there's Andrews.
This is
In
it's in Maryland, but very close to DC. We have the
Fort Myers
Fort Myers, which
and
say Army,
Fort Belvoir,
Fort Belvoir,
which is Army. Then we have Quantico,
right.
Triangle. Then we have the FBI and that moved to Fredericksburg, part of it, some of it, or the CIA. Then we have the CIA in Langley.
Pentagon.
And of course, we have the Pentagon that everybody is there. And for Navy, the closest to for the Navy would be Annapolis,
Oh, okay.
and or Norfolk, but Norfolk is far from us.
Okay.
So definitely, we have everything around here. So rest assured that if you have military bases where you live, they're going to come to DC or they're going to go to you anyway. So,
Sure. Okay. Well, I love that. So, anyone watching this video, if you are being transferred to DC, which people are transferred every single day, if you are getting orders to go to the DC area, if you are looking to buy a second home, maybe for a child in at the university, or you just want to have another home in a really fun city, Jeannine and Miguel are the experts, obviously. You can see that they provide amazing service and they are just wonderful people, as you can see. So I am just so thankful I was able to talk with you. And if anyone watching this video would like their information, just contact me. I'll connect you directly. And I know they would love to help you.
oh, absolutely. I want to thank you, Jennifer. Thank you so much for having us. It's always a joy to see you when we see each other elevate or all the events for James Shaw. I think he is a phenom. I mean, he has put us all together as a big family. I can't wait to be in London to see you again. Oh, actually, we're going to see each other in Tampa uh,
Yes.
in uh, in November. So,
Yes, we are.
what are you going to say?
Well, I always say the DC is our national capital. It's
Mhm.
a beautiful, beautiful city. People are very friendly. I encourage everybody that doesn't know DC yet, please travel. If you have kids, came to the city. The museums are free. You don't have to pay anything. You have the opportunity to see beautiful buildings, beautiful
And the
buildings.
landscape is absolutely gorgeous.
Right.
You can come in the fall, which is
Yes.
absolutely fantastic, fabulous. One of the most beautiful places that it's called the Shenandoah Valley and the skyline. Oh my gosh, you have to come because the fall season is people come from all over the world, and also for the everybody knows about the cherry blossom, but not many people know about the fall season here. So just come and take a look, call us.
Yes, come. If you're thinking about moving to DC or Northern Virginia, come take a look, like she said. And another thing, maybe Elevate 2028. Who
No,
knows? You
That
never
would be
know, right?
wonderful. Oh my God, that would be wonderful.
Yes, you could take us all around. But
Yeah.
thank you again so much.
Thank
I
you,
really
Jennifer.
appreciate this.
Thank
Have a
thank
you.
great
you.
Bye bye.
day.
Bye.